There she is, garage painted jet black with a little bit of dirt added for texture. Hey guys, so I thought I would add a quick update to what's been going on. As you can see from behind me, there's been some repair jobs being done here in the garage. Now, I think maybe I've mentioned to you guys before, I do have a little bit of auto body and paint background along with a little bit of DIY mechanics. So this wasn't completely brand new to me, but it was quite a bit of a task because I'm not a body man. If anything, I did mess around with paint. You know, every now and then we would take care of a dent here and there, but I am not a body man. And I don't know if you remember, but this whole lower quarter panel with this little section right here was completely, and I'll tell you what it was, because there was a trailer hitch that was right there. And you could tell that either the truck turned too sharp around the trailer hitch, or I don't know, the trailer hitch ran into the truck. So basically it hit this part and it just dragged it out. And I just went in there and like I said in one of my other videos, I just pounded it away. I lifted the truck up a little bit so I can get in there a little bit and started just hammering away. And you know, metal's formed in a way that when it gets hit out of shape, it just wants to return back into shape. It's a lot of shapes. Anyways, it just wants to go back to its original shape. So I just kind of helped it. I ended up with a product that looked like a stippled quarter panel, or a stippled lower part of the truck. Not to be confused with, there's a little bit of a rock texture at the bottom of the, behind the door. But when I hit everything and hit everything out, it didn't all come out smooth. So there was a little bit of a texturing. So what I had to do there, and that's where the filler comes into place. So I took a filler, just kept, glazing it over, trying to follow the contour as best as I could, and using some long blocks, trying to keep the edge as best as I could. And I gotta tell you, I mean, the reason I'm posting this is because I'm pretty happy with my work. It's all the little dings and dents are gone, the big gouges are gone. There was some crazy bumps that were here, all the way down to the back and the bottom. And I feel extremely happy with the end result. There was also, you could tell, I don't know if you remember, but there was a section up here that you could tell that was used as some sort of pivot point as they loaded stuff into the truck. So it had a lot of these little waves. I did all the work that I could. I did straighten this out as best I could with some filler, and then finished it up with some glazing putty. Hit the DA, got rid of any scratches or waves. Did find some lower spots. I tried to block them out as best as I could. And then, where there were some lower areas, like down in here where there was a lot of dents, I did use some glazing putty to just kind of fill them out. And then at the very end, I did prime the entire side twice so that I can then block it. I have lots of video of that. Unfortunately, I don't have my laptop, so that's why I wanted to do a quick update. And then after that, I also there was some things on the tailgate, took care of that as well. I'm not worried about the clear, the texture of the clear. I'm messing around. I am working off a 60-gallon compressor. It's supposed to meet the specs. It is a low volume, low pressure, not high volume, low pressure, low volume, low pressure gun. And I'm trying my best. It's the first time I've actually used that. It worked pretty good. I'm just kind of messing around with the viscosity. So, I did the best I could. I did a lot of the work in here. So I washed out the floor and the driveway. I kept everything as wet as I could. Here's my little mixing station, covered up my other stuff. I did set up a fan to try and blow out some of the dust. What I wanted was cross ventilation, so I had air coming in and then air coming out. So the idea is to not be inside a room full of volatile, organic, compounded material. So I'm not worried about the dirt. I mean, it's a garage paint job, so it's going to be full of dirt. My intent with this truck is I'm gonna do a flow coat. I'm changing the whole entire color of the truck, starting with these panels. I really wanted to get this done because there was some bare metal and I didn't want to go into the winter with bare metal. So what I'm gonna end up doing is little by little, just panel by panel or a couple of panels at a time, I'm gonna go ahead and start changing the color over to just a standard jet black. I did complain that the color that was under here was more of a charcoal and it was a metallic. I didn't care for it too much, and you know, black is not going to be that big of an issue for a color change, just because inside these gaps there's already black in there. Some of the work I did inside the door jambs are already black. There was some damage back in the bed. What I did is, it was more so just kind of out of place, so I had to straighten this out a little bit, get everything back into shape, do some grinding, clean up some of the paint, and then just back taped it and gave it another coat of clear. Now my initial intent later on is I'm just going to cover this very top rail with maybe some textured bed coating later on when I do the bed. But I'm very happy with the bodywork, and since I'm doing a flow coat, for those of you who don't know what a flow coat is essentially double the amount of clear coat in multiple stages. Typically when you go to an auto body collision center, they maybe put 2 coats of clear. What I have on here is 4. So there's an initial coat that's more of a grip coat, and then 3 coats on top of that. A flow, and that's the beginning of a flow coat. The flow coat will later entail me letting this fully cure for a week or 2. I'm actually gonna let it sit for a couple of months. I may start working on other panels little by little. I have some cheap clear I want to get rid of, and for the first process of the flow coat, it doesn't really entail having good clear coat. I do want to get some high solid UV European clear so that I can protect it later. But anyway, so I'll let this dry for a couple of weeks or month, and then we'll go ahead and I'll wet sand it so that it gets everything nice and flat, and level out the dirt nibs and any of the orange peel that you may see on here. There are some dry spots. Again, I am not worried about this. I could wet sand and buff this out and you wouldn't be able to tell that it was bad at all, especially if there's 4 coats of clear. So anyways, so go ahead and wet sand this, and then just mask it back up and put another 3 to 4 coats of clear. And that's how you get that really deep jet black depth look out of a clear coat. So this is the first process. I'm not really worried about it. I could sand these out and then just clear coat it later on down the road. All right, so just wanted to provide you a really quick update on what was going on. I literally just finished this after work. I have, I'm just gonna let it sit here for, I may go and start taking off some of the plastic and tape, but because there's 4 coats of clear on there, I may just let it sit till tomorrow. The way it's masked off, there really aren't any issues with any gaps that I have to worry about. I have a gun to clean, and I have a garage to clean up. So just a really quick update. Keep coming along. I'm going to give you updates little by little, and we'll go from there. But thanks for watching. No, boy, that's dirty, dirty, dirty. When you have 4 coats of clear, is that a mosquito?